explaining to when a classic man is a danger to you. And me too. Tatted on my forehead. Go home. Go to bed. I dress. Something make it this way come. When the family unit is overrun. When the structure is undone. By some new concoction.
What's going on? Welcome back to the Franchise Show with Joe Arrigo and TQ.
Yeah, we in the building.
Hey, I got a guest I'm really excited about because I loved him on SportsCenter, but like his sense of humor fits me. But he's a UNLV alum, a quarterback at UNLV, and now he's working with Caesars Sportsbook. Mayne, what's going on, man?
I'm doing well. I was just mentioning, not a very good one necessarily. I didn't play very much or very well, but I loved my experience there. I was kind of perennial second string. Larry Gentry. Free shout out Larry Gentry, 1980. And then Sam King in 1981 led the nation in passing yards. And then the guy named Randall Cunningham was on our team too. But Randall was brand new. Now he's a pastor in Vegas. We stay in touch. Stay in touch with a lot of them. Just traded notes with Sam the other day. And Jimmy Sandusky, our great receiver.
Right.
Whole bunch of them. So, and it's funny, I was thinking of a lot of the old running backs and receivers, you know, from Compton and Inglewood. And I was just down that area last night at the corner of MLK and Obama, and we played a flag football game with veterans against veterans, military veterans, NFL veterans.
Right. Sweet.
And we almost had to make cuts. There were so many people that showed up. I mean, it was amazing. And Snoop Dogg, you know, has a big football program.
Right.
He has something called the Special Stars, so some kids with special needs got to play first, and then we played our little game next. We had Kurt Warner and Ryan Leaf ahead of me, so I used to be second string, now I'm third string. But it's all right. You know, it's just being out there. Like everybody, why are you guys doing this? And it was just to do it. Just be together, have camaraderie. And afterward, we had a little after party at a cool place on La Brea, I think it was. And it's just good. We've done it now for, I think the first time I did it was the Super Bowl where the Seahawks beat Denver.
Right.
And I've been with these guys ever since. We sometimes have 2 or 3 games a year. We're trying to raise awareness about different veterans programs, different veterans issues. One of them, and I have one myself. As you can see this, he's looking at my ankle right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I broke it in 1980 at Oregon, fractured dislocation. I played the next year a little bit, and each year, now I'm older, it starts getting more arthritic, and I've had a million surgeries. But I found this guy in Gig Harbor, Washington, near Tacoma, and he makes this thing called an exosim, and you wear it all the way up to your knee. Takes all the pressure off your joint. I played last night. I'm running around.
Man.
I'm a little sore like I would be anything, but not my ankle. My ankle's the best part of me. I'm sore else.
You play with the device on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I use it for athletic things. I don't need it just to walk around. You see them wearing flip-flops. I'd rather be barefoot.
Right.
Flip-flops are a concession to society. But I'm never wearing dress shoes ever.
Right.
You'll never, because my ankle blows up. I feel so I'll either be in flip-flops, barefoot, slippers, and then sometimes, you know, if I have to, like a ski boot or something.
Yeah.
Nice.
But we started a foundation called Run Freely, runfreely.org, and we give these, I should say award is a better way to say it, to veterans who have earned it for, you know, their service and they got injured somehow. And we've helped, I think we're in the 30s. I'd have to look. Somebody else keeps track of the records, but almost one a month.
Sweet.
And my number one benefactor is Jamal Crawford.
Wow.
He may be the best person in sports.
He is.
Like when I was covering the Clippers down here, he was like the go-to guy, super genuine, nice, like the best guy I've ever met in any sports across the board.
He's about as good as they get. It's funny, the way I met him, I should have met him sooner. I don't know why we just never crossed paths. I knew who he was, obviously. And we were at Lenny Wilks' event, and the crowd that night wasn't exactly behaving with the way we had hoped. You know, I'm interviewing some lady on the stage about her child, and we're talking about serious things, you know. It was to benefit the Odessa Brown Clinic. So Lenny was ahead of the whole healthcare thing, you know, way before a lot of other people, helping communities that could use a little lift up, right? And the crowd was being too loud, not listening, and Jamal had this look on he was going to go up and grab, and he doesn't get mad too often.
Right.
But he was mad. He was like going to shush him down so we could get business done. But anyway, that's a long story to say, yes, I played at UNLV, broke my leg, now we have a foundation, so something pretty cool came out of that.
Sweet.
Well, the program hasn't been great in a while, but Marcus Arroyo there, and I know you went on the quarterback tour with them last year. What's your thoughts about Arroyo and where he's going in the direction of the program now?
I like him. I think character matters a great deal for any job, right?
Yes,
and if
absolutely.
you know somebody's a legit person, whether it's a politician or leader of a church or leader of a football team or us, whoever,
right?
like you get very quickly, he's a decent guy and a driven guy.
Yes.
And I think they just got to give him a little time. UNLV is not going to be able to get Alabama recruits necessarily or all the Pac-12, but they're going to get very good ones. There's a lot of good football players, you know.
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, I was there 40 years ago, right? And we had a bunch of guys who played in the league after that. And just because we weren't it was Pac-10 at the time, I guess, right?
Right.
I'm so old, I know the Pac-8. I saw
Let's say South is Pac-8, yeah.
Dude, I saw Dan Fouts play in person, all right? So
Damn.
John Jefferson.
Big.
Man.
Bernard Jackson.
Wow.
Were you there when Suge was playing?
Sonny Six Killer from Washington.
Oh, gosh, I haven't heard that name in
Yeah.
years. Were you there when was Suge playing with you at that time, or was he
No,
after the fact?
I was 79 redshirt, 80 and 81. I think they're right after. Harvey Hyde came in after Tony Knapp left.
Right.
We went through a few different coaches, obviously. But no, I'm going to remain optimistic. I think they'll get it together, and you know, pretty soon you win 7-8 games, and then that brings in a couple more people, right?
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, let's
What
talk.
about- What
go
about
ahead.
his you heard his whole coaching staff got poached by the NFL and Power 5 conferences.
That would indicate he's got some good people.
Absolutely.
People like him. Right?
Absolutely.
Let's talk about what you got going on with Caesars Sportsbook. You're doing a lot of prop bets, right?
Well, I signed a deal with Caesars to be sort of, I don't know what they're calling me. I'm an ambassador, I guess. Like, I'm in their commercials. I make little videos. I just shot a really fun one with Allison Becker, my friend, the actor.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's going to roll out hopefully tomorrow or the next day.
Cool.
We're doing kind of a fake Super Bowl preview show.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta watch it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she's funny, man. She's so good. But Caesars said, hey, do you want to make up a couple of prop bets? We have like 2,000 prop bets and different ways to bet the game. And I was like, yeah. So one of them was given me by Jim Carr, who we work with. He said, hey, I looked it up. Your longest pass at UNLV for a touchdown was 59 yards. Now, the truth is I threw the ball like 12 feet to Michael Morton.
And he took off.
And he went 59 yards.
Yeah.
But it's still a 59-yard pass, right?
Period.
Right.
That's why, that's why those quarterbacks love those inside. It's really a
Exactly.
handoff, but it
Right.
goes forward in the air.
Yeah.
For 1 foot.
Yes.
So this was a 520 screen, I think we called it. So we fake a draw and then turn, and he's swinging out left, and he went 59. So the prop bet is, will a quarterback throw a touchdown of 60 yards or more? That's that's a long play.
That
Could
is.
have.
Could
But
happen.
the other one that I'm actually more proud of for the ingenuity of it is, will there be an interception, a lost fumble, and a missed field goal? I say yes.
I would agree with that.
I think they gave it away. That one's plus 425.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
You got to get in on that before
Oh,
the
yeah.
line moves, people.
I'm getting on that, baby.
There'll be an interception.
For sure.
There'll be a fumble. Will it be recovered? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then missed field goal, that's 50-50.
Yeah.
right?
The fridge
Real talk.
pop is a good one, and that's plus 3,000. And
Oh, that's crazy. Will a defensive player score an offensive touchdown?
yeah,
With
See,
the Rams, quite
you
possible.
know the Rams are bringing out the kitchen sink.
Jalen Ramsey?
And as a good friend of mine said, hey, not just the Rams, but to get some pressure off Burrow, it's likely they're going to have some fun and do some different things.
Right.
They're both fun offenses to watch. I think the game is a pick 'em. And so I guess if you're asking the game itself, I would take the points. I think Cincinnati has a good shot to win.
I do too.
I'm not surprised if LA has a great game, and nothing will surprise you in any game, right? Because we talk all this stuff, we think we know what we're talking about. The game turns out to be
Totally
the opposite.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happens all
And
the
then
time.
you just clean it up on the back end, and you pretend to say that you thought that was going to happen.
No, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you this, because you probably had the best interview with Aaron Rodgers last year, and
Oh, yeah, it was great.
we watched it together. We were at the house watching it together, and we were
was
just
great.
It was phenomenal. What do you think happens with him this year?
I have no idea. That's not number one, but one of the many questions I've been asked recently. It's too hard to predict because he's unpredictable, right? So I didn't know that he was going to go back to Green Bay. Like I think I might have been like 55% no and 45 yes late summer, just the way it all sounded. But then he went back and he said what he said, and they ended up he had a great year.
did.
They lost that playoff game. But
Thank
other
God.
than that,
Oh, God, don't
other
start.
than that, they had who wouldn't want the season he had, right? The regular season.
Yeah,
I
for
loved
sure.
his press conference, though, when his first press conference back, how open and honest he was. To me, that was, and I've been covering sports since 2002, that was the best press conference I've ever seen.
Well, it's funny, too, for those who have covered teams and been there, like watching people interact, say, with Bill Belichick. And
Right.
there's this, like, I don't want to look dumb, like there's all this kind of fear of, it's kind of silly, though. We're all human beings. Yes, he's in charge. He gets to handle it how he wants to handle it, who's ever in charge of the mic.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny, the timidity of, and then sometimes they go the other way where they want to spill out every piece of knowledge they've ever learned. Like, dude, ask him.
Yeah.
And then there's the talk about questions. It's not even a question, just a directive.
Yes.
Talk about offense. Now talk about see, that's what Allison Becker and I will give away. One of our first episodes, we talk about the necessity of the keys to the game that everybody does.
Yeah.
And we know what they are. We need to run the ball.
Yeah.
We need to stop the other guys from running the ball.
Yep.
And we need to minimize turnovers. And that will be said on every show forever until time ends.
Period.
And we need to score more points.
And having Allison be the one to.
Oh, that's going to be hilarious.
So we had her set up like, hey, if one team tries to start the run, but the other team stops the run, nothing happens. Nothing will happen in the game.
I can't wait. Love
Oh
it.
my God. Well, Kenny, we appreciate you coming. Caesars Sportsbook. Guys, make sure you check Kenny out with all his prop bets. Get in on them while you can. Make some money.
Yeah, some
from
good
Kenny
ones
Mayne.
on here, man. Y'all got to get with it, for real.
Bet responsibly.
Yeah, what Kenny said. It's the Franchise Show. Thank you, Kenny. Appreciate you. Kenny Mayne, my man.